Hello everyone! I get this isn't my usual content, but it's currently my interest and I was recently asked about it, so I decided to make a video on it for everyone. This probably won't get that many views, but oh well. Let's get on with the video. Hurricanes and tornadoes are very similar, but they are also very different. Both are a type of storm that is extremely strong, but they aren't the same. Tornadoes are formed from supercells. These are large storms that form by updraft and downdraft. Supercells differ from your average storm due to the rotations of updrafts in them. Air can spin in a horizontal axis around the storm as it begins to grow. Supercells tend to have much larger lifelines and can last long lengths of time, unlike normal thunderstorms. Tornadoes can be from an EF0 to an EF5, an EF5 being rare. Hurricanes are formed from warm, moist air that interacts with the warm seawater and wind. The sun's heat causes the water to evaporate, which pumps water into the low atmosphere. The humid air rises and cools. This forms clouds and thunderstorms. Water condenses in the clouds, releases heat that warms the surrounding air, causing it to rise. This process creates an area of low pressure under the storm that causes more air to rush in. The wind is important in the formation too, as it helps cause the water to evaporate and rise. Much like tornadoes, hurricane categories are from 0 to 5, a 5 being rare. Now, you would think Category 5 hurricanes would be catastrophic, which they are, but weaker categories of hurricanes are somehow likely to cause more damage, though Category 5 still cause a lot. Hurricane categories are determined based off the wind speed, exactly like tornadoes. Tornado categories are accurate to the damage based off wind speed, since the faster wind causes a faster rotation, which allows more damage to be caused as a tornado moves quickly through areas. Hurricanes, on the other hand, are quite inaccurate. Wind speeds aren't very useful for determining the damage. Slower hurricanes, also known as Category 1, tend to be more destructive. Air pressure at the center of the hurricane can more accurately determine the destruction. Low air pressure causes more air to be sucked into the hurricane, causing more wind to be pushed out of it against the water. This can cause waves to be carried to shore and ensure vast amounts of damage. If the hurricane has slower wind speeds, it's much more likely to produce these waves compared to higher wind speeds. It also depends on the path of the hurricane. If the hurricane is labeled Category 1 and goes through water, an area of land, comes into contact with water again, then more land, then by the time it reaches that second section of land, it's much likely to cause more destruction since it had picked up more water. This can be seen with two hurricanes in Mexico. One was a Category 4, went through one piece of land and didn't cause as much damage. The other was a Category 1, went through two separate areas of land, and caused way more damage and deaths. So, if a hurricane is coming towards your area, no matter the category, it would be safe to evacuate. Tornadoes are deadlier and more catastrophic due to the speeds of the wind. It also depends on the shape of the tornado. Dust devils are usually harmless, only resulting in a few deaths at the most. Cone tornadoes are much more deadly. And unlike hurricanes, you don't get a warning days in advance. For hurricanes, you can get a warning at least 2 days in advance before it hits. For tornadoes, all you get is the sirens when they come in, and you just have to make a run for shelter. This means many more people are in the range for the tornado. People usually evacuate from hurricanes so they aren't hit. You can't do that easily with a tornado. Tornadoes are also very unpredictable. They can shift paths at any moment, while hurricanes tend to have set ones. Tornadoes are able to multiply into twins if the supercell is strong enough. These twins, also known as sisters, are able to combine and make the tornado even stronger. Tornadoes can have multiple vortexes to cause more destruction. One storm can create multiple tornadoes either at once or after one had diminished. Hence why tornadoes are deadlier compared to hurricanes.